no luck so far.
Can you point to any turning points in your life, be it the reading of a certain book or a specific event that forever changed you?
Well, certainly, reading The Stranger, reading Rabbit Run, that absolutely changed me, unequivocally.
How?
I think I just became cynical. And not in a bad way. Any New Yorker will tell you that cynicism is something to be proud of. So I think, I became a person who asked questions. I became a person who wanted to sort of, slough off the veneer of various systems and see what was really underneath. I think I just became curious and like I said, cynical. And those were aha moments for me when I read those books, for sure.
How old were you when you read those books?
I was 15 when I read The Stranger and 17 when I read Rabbit Run.
Some have said that a cynic is an idealist who's been hurt. If that's true, you're an idealist, I suppose, in wanting religion and God to be real.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very, comfortable saying that I don't really know what the answers are, but I'd really like to find them. And so until I find some satisfying answers, I'll always be searching. I'll always be studying and completely open to external events, changing my mind about these things.
My brother lost his religious faith when our mother died of cancer. Was there any event that precipitated your loss of religious faith?
I was recently actually talking about this with my mother. There wasn't really, but I do remember my parents got divorced when I was 3, and she remarried when I was 6. But I remember going to church with her when I was very young, maybe 7 or 8. And however it came up, she told me that she could no longer be, she was no longer, or maybe it was that she couldn't get married again in a church because she had gotten divorced. And I think to me this was sort of like, how can these people pick on my mom? How can these people not want my mom? I think that was a real, I'll say probably subconscious, but I think that was a real turning point. I think the veil came off, and I looked at religion a little differently after that.
You saw how much damage religion had done in your life. Your mother wanted to remarry, and I assume one of your parents went a different religious path than the other. And
well, they remarried, and they remarried in a civil service, and they were happy, and I don't know that for them it damaged them. I think it just opened my eyes. I think I just saw that it was not as open-armed as I had previously thought.
How I assume you believe that Hitler and Mother Teresa have the same ultimate fate, death and nothingness. So how are you, if that's true, how are you able to maintain your equanimity, inner peace, happiness with that?
That's a very peaceful thought for me, that, death, nothingness, story over. That gives me a great deal of peace and sort of well-being. The idea that my time here is finite, I have to make the most of it, and when it's over, it's over. That's reassuring for me. I guess that's scary for other people, but for me, that's great news.